royal decree. By order of their gracious Catholic Majesties, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain, inhabitants of the town of Palos are ordered to provide and fit out 2 ships within 10 days. They will be prepared and put at the disposal of Senor Columbus, who is here present. We would precise, within a delay of 10 days. Look at my boat. She needs repairs. They'll take 3 months. Why not come back when she's seaworthy?
Requisition my boats? Oh, no, senor, you may not. No, my boats happen to be in England. I'm sorry, senor, you're out of luck.
In the name of their majesties, we requisition your ships now.
You want to requisition my ship, senor? Go on, take them. I'm only too delighted.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Good heavens! Senor Columbus, why don't you go and speak to Father Perez around here? He's the one people listen to.
No doubt about it. Enormous riches to exploit, wealth beyond dream. And how many souls to convert to our holy church? What do you think, Martin Pinzon?
Senor Columbus, do you really believe it possible the lands of the East, called Cipango, could be so close to the lands of the West? I shall speak of it with my brother Vincente. I believe he will agree. Such an adventure is indeed tempting. See, the Nina and the Pinta are small ships, but sturdy. They will hold to the course. So be it. I will command the Pinta and my brother, the Nina. We all agree?
Yeah, agree.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah.
And we have managed to convince our Basque friends to give us a ship for the voyage. It's called the Marie Galante.
Yes!
All very fine, but we need more men for our cruise. Where will we get them?
Yeah, there are plenty of idle sailors around the Desocupados.
Yes, but the men know how many deaths there have been on these voyages. No, even gallows birds run the other way when we try to recruit them. It's that makes the enterprise difficult.
No need to panic, lads. I'll bring them around for you. Cipango is where you'll be headed. Everybody knows that the roofs are made of gold. You'll all get richer than you have ever dreamed. Yes. Each man will have a daily ration of a pound of biscuits, plenty of meat, and fish. Oil and vinegar, cheese, vegetables, lots of them, onions, real onions, and much more, you hear me? And good wine, 2 bottles daily. Lord, forgive me.
Sounds interesting.
Yes, you heard right. 2 bottles of wine every day, and you will get a bonus in advance.
That's an offer I can't refuse. I'm going.
No, I want to. I'm a man now. I want to be on the crew. I'm going with them. Stop laughing. Oh! I will go. I will.
My father refuses to even discuss the idea.
I'll have to convince him. I'm going.
He says you're much too young to go on such a dangerous voyage.
And I say I'm going anyway. You see if I don't.
My wallet! Stop, thief! Stop! You're a courageous lad. Thank you so much. Oh.
can't treating them like that. What have they done?
They should all die. Death.
Those poor people, they don't look as if they'd cause any harm.
They're Jews. Conversos, it's the will of the Holy Inquisition. Welcome aboard, Admiral. Welcome, Royal Controller. Your Excellency, King's Notary. Your Excellency, the King's Steward. Your Excellency, Supervisor of Equipment. Welcome, the God of all provisions. Welcome, King's Interpreter.
An interpreter? Why, sure, he's supposed to speak Greek, Hebrew, Arabic, and all the rest. He's polyglot.
Now, in God's name, hoist up the sails.
All hands in God's name, hoist the sail.
In the name of God, hoist sails!
Hoist sails! Hee-ho!
Course straight ahead on the 28th parallel.
Aye, aye, Admiral.
Admiral, our rudder is out of order. We'll have to put in at a port to repair it.
Stand in for the Canary Islands.
I salute you, gentlemen. As governor of the island, where is your commanding officer? Your ship has entered the harbor without authorization.
It was an emergency. Look there. You surely saw the ship was adrift.
Sorry, I have no choice. Awaiting His Majesty's orders, I shall have to place you under arrest. You will follow us.
Do you really think we'll allow you to get away with this? Out of the question!
Well, maybe I ought to arrest you, of course. But since it was an emergency, well, we'll let it go.
What's this? What are you doing here? How'd you get on board?
Had it joined up, but nobody wanted me to come along.
But in all this time, what have you been eating? Don't tell me. You managed to steal some grub while we were all sleeping. Only you must be starved. Right, now listen. We'll see that you're all right, and we'll give you eats. I'll tell a few of the lads that we can trust not to worry. At night, you can even come up on deck for a breath of fresh air. But look out that the Admiral doesn't see you. He's in a foul mood these days.
What?
Still no land's come in sight. The men are becoming restless, difficult to handle.
Admiral, come quickly! Look there!
It's a splendid sign, my friends. It means land's very near.
Land ho!
According to your calculations, Admiral, we should have hit land by now. In my opinion, we had better change course, sail more to the west-southwest. Land should be there.
Why do that?
Well, observe the flight of the birds. Yes, we must let them guide us, Admiral.
And so, by agreeing, Columbus failed to discover America and the Florida coast, but only a small island in the Bahamas.
What made Columbus do that? Why? Tell us, Maestro.
No, you have to see it from his point of view. For 2 months, they had been sailing. By now, they didn't know where they were. No landmarks, no sign. Any welcome change was...
And I'd say he's got serious problems with the crew.
Oh, yes, to say the least.
I'm fed up with this poor excuse for an admiral.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't even know where he's going.
He's got us into a real mess, he has.
Not one among us will make it home again.
What are we waiting for? Come on, string him out.
No, a pair of lead boots and lower it into the water.
Yes, but then what? All that bunch on the Nina and the Pinta, they're a rough lot.
Yeah, the ones on the Pinta especially.
Take a look at that.
My friends, I thank you all. You have all shown great patience. We can't be far from land now. It's a matter of hours, and the first to sight land will receive 10,000 maravedis from our gracious queen. All of you, come, look here, quickly, all of you, look! Unfurl sails, men! Unfurl sails! Land ho!
We all made it! Hooray!
Have you sighted land?
Not me, but one of my men, Juan Rodriguez.
Join the sails, bring her to!
Oh, Admiral.
I knew we would come to land. Senor Columbus, you will not forget to reward Juan Rodriguez.
What reward?
Why, you said the first man to sight land would receive
Oh, yes,
10,000...
but I was the first to spot a glow coming from land. Ask these gentlemen. It must be one of the big islands around Cipango.
We, Rodrigo de Escobedo, royal notary duly appointed by their Catholic majesties, herewith claim and declare in their names possession of these territories, which we name Holy Savior San Salvador.
Ask these natives where Cipango is, the city with roofs of gold.
¿Conoce usted Cipango, la ciudad de oro? The man says if we go south, we locate it.
And the gold, where do we find it?
We go south. This man says in the south a powerful king possesses vases of gold.
Look here, my man. Come with us. Come on this boat. Ask him. Ask all of them.
After exploring the Bahamas, Columbus set sail for what he thought was Cipango. It was really Cuba. There he is to encounter a strange thing. Natives smoking a sort of dried leaf. And that was to be one of the discoveries that he brought back from America. Hardly one of the best ones, I assure you, but then there we are.
We name this land Hispaniola.
In fact, it was Haiti or San Domingo.
Have you noticed
noticed? All these Indians don't look very Asian.
Yes, and on Christmas Eve, 1492, while the crew was having a fine time, the Santa Maria somehow ran aground on a coral reef. And so they'll have to abandon the ship there. And since there isn't enough room for everybody in the 2 remaining ships, well, they found a colony, Villa de Navidad.
You will have an easy life here. The people are gentle. Don't be brutal with them. Collect some gold, well, let's say a barrel, and spices. When we return with reinforcements, we will resume conquest.
Admiral, don't you worry. I'll take personal charge.
On the 15th of March, 1493, 224 days after his departure, Christopher Columbus returned to Palos, and he had discovered an immense continent. He brought back no gold, but rather he brought back maize, corn, manioc, tobacco, and Indians. Ah, those Indians.
It's Columbus! Your Majesty, Your Majesty.
A chair.
We've been sailing for days and days, and we finally saw a gleam on the shore, and so we decided to go towards it. But it was the wrong island, so we decided to go to another island. It was a long way to get there. We finally made it. And then we saw these Indians, and of course, as time went on, we did not...
Admiral, here is the message which their very Catholic Majesties have asked me to transmit to you. The more we realize the greatness of your design, the better we measure the science you have shown, which appears beyond the reach of mere mortals.
Right, very good, very good.
Tell me, Admiral, is there no man in Spain who could have accomplished this?
Gentlemen, would any of you be able to make this egg that I hold stand up on end? Very well. I'll show you. Well, naturally, one can do anything once it's performed by another. And what's your reply to that?
Well,
6 months later, in September 1493, a full fleet leaves Cadiz commanded by Columbus. 17 caravels and 1,200 men, including farmers, representatives of the various trades, 20 horsemen, sheep, seeds, and tools, 2 brothers, and 6 monks, including Bernard Boyle. Oh, yes, and there he is, our friend Piero. He's on the ship's crew this time. Well, he's the cabin boy.
They're cannibals. We'll punish them. Take them away.
they're only fit to be slaves.
And so here we are again, back on Hispaniola. But where are the colonists, the city of Navidad?
What on earth might have happened to them?
What happened was simple. The supervisor and his men were a little too greedy, too grabby. Finally, the gentle natives had had enough of it.
Then we will establish a colony right here. We will name it Isabella. Since no more natives will help us, we will work with our bare hands.
We work with our bare hands. I would rather go to Spain, Admiral. I shall go on board at once.
Dear friends, these lands belong to you. As for me, I must return to inform their majesties what has happened. But I shall return as soon as I can. While I'm gone, brothers Diego and Bartolomeo will look after you all.
After 2 years of penance, Columbus is at last able to set off on his third voyage. He takes with him 300 volunteers, 30 of them women, to provide good stock. And this time he skirts Venezuela and goes on to Hispaniola.
I could hardly wait to see Isabella. After all this time, surely it has become a thriving community, a real colony. Is that the palace?
At last.
Diego.
What joy.
Brother. Bartolomeo. In the name of God, what's happened?
They refuse to obey us. Obey anyone from Genoa, never.
We haven't any authority over them at all. We can do nothing.
And they treat the Indians cruelly, steal their jewels.
And run after their women.
And there has been sickness.
But what can I report to their majesties? I'm in a very difficult position now.
Nothing is easy, but you have ships. Why not take them as slaves? Now, what is he up to, this would-be admiral who tries to play explorer?
Majesty, just what are we to do with these poor people? What are your orders?
You will liberate them all, miserable souls. Return them to their home, Hispaniola, at once. Summon Francisco Bodabilla to the palace. I appoint you governor of Hispaniola to replace Viceroy Columbus. You will discover what the situation is there and dispatch a report to me directly. Do you understand? Now off you go.
On the 24th of August, 1500, Bodabilla arrived in Hispaniola. His first act was to send Diego and Bartolomeo to prison.
And Columbus, where's Christopher Columbus? Governor, we have arrested him.
Is he in irons?
Nobody here would dare do such a thing to him, Governor.
I'll do it. I swear I'll enjoy it.
Sir, let me take her chains off. They're painful.
No, I'd rather wear them.
You would?
I truly thank you. This way is better.
Poor Columbus, as a result, he disembarked at Cadiz wearing chains. Fortunately, he was released on the orders of the Queen. Yes, Isabella received him with apologies. Bodabilla had overstepped his orders, but there was no way for our friend to regain his title of viceroy or governor. He returned and retired to a Franciscan monastery and began a period of penance.
Poor Columbus. Well, I suppose that was about all the expeditions.
No, in 1502, he was to leave again on his last voyage. It would prove to be the most painful of all. Hurricanes, yes, and sickness, betrayals, famine, mutinies, Indian arrows. Oh, yes, he was spared no ordeal.
There isn't a hair on my body that hasn't turned white. My body's exhausted. I can't go on. How I long to see the dear land of Spain again. How much I need sleep.
2 years after his return, Queen Isabella died. 2 more years, and Columbus died too. He was almost blind. He paralyzed, miserable, and abandoned by everybody. Well, nearly everybody.
What a pity it was. We never had time to see more than those islands, my children. Cipango was in our grasp. We nearly discovered it. Yes, if we'd only had more time. Children.
Hardly a very pleasant ending for an explorer, wouldn't you say? But do you realize it was the willpower and the perseverance of Columbus that truly opened the American continent to the world?
Once upon a time, the Americas are a story that continues on. Once upon a time.